Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Akak Badash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Agwat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yeshua. I'm back with the World War III Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you all. Today is War and Rumors of War Tuesday, where every Tuesday we go to Matthew 24 and we read verse 6 in the KJV. And it reads, "And ye shall hear of," and here's that famous line, "wars and rumors of wars." There it is, with an S on an end, on the end, plural. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Then what we do is we go into these different versions and we look for the differences. International version, no difference, rumors. NLT, wars and threats. We have rumors and threats, right? We jump down here to the Aramaic, right? Rumors, reports, Salak. Rumors, threats, right? Rumors, threats, and reports. And news of battles far away. You're going to hear the noise of battles close by and the news of battles far away. So let's see if we can see some news, some reports, some threats. And this is the perfect little presentation. This is Judge Napolitano, streamed 2 hours ago. Colonel Douglas McGregor. What's going on? Trump and Netanyahu at crossroads. Is this rumors? Right? Is this a report? Is it a threat? At a crossroads? What the hell does that mean? All right, so I'm going to just let them talk and see what we can get out of this, all right? They usually have, McGregor's pretty good, so take it away.
Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. Colonel Douglas McGregor will be here with us in just a moment. What do we expect will be the level of United States aid and compliance with the wishes of Benjamin Netanyahu in the Trump administration, and a little bit about how terribly things are going in Ukraine. But first this.
First, we're not going to do that. So lock it. So I'm going to take it to right here. So lock it. That looks like a commercial. And we'll get right to Dougie Deb. Dougie Fresh here. Take it, Dougie.
20 or go to Learjudge now.
Come on, Dougie.
Colonel, welcome here. Much appreciated your time and all your thoughts. What do you think is the Kremlin's likely internal, truthful reaction to the election of Donald Trump?
Well, keep in mind, first of all, that the Russians understand even less of what goes on in Washington than we understand of what goes on in the Kremlin. So I think there'll be a large number of people who will see this as a wonderful development, simply because it's not Biden, and President Trump has expressed a willingness to settle issues in Ukraine. I think, on the other hand, that President Putin actually does understand much more about us, and I think he's being very guarded in what he says, and I think that's ultimately what the Russians will do. They'll wait and see.
When the president-elect was a candidate as recently as 10 days ago and said he'll end the Ukraine war in 24 hours, I almost can't imagine what he was thinking could possibly happen in 24 hours. They're not going to threaten Putin. Zelensky's not going to give up. Biden is still sending military gear and cash to them until January 19th. And Zelensky still needs human beings, which nobody can really produce for him. Am I missing something?
Well, I think the view from President Trump's vantage point and the people that he's appointing, obviously, collectively, is that we've wasted a lot of money on Ukraine and we need to end that as soon as it's practical to do so. That's the first point. But I see a desire to maintain or perpetuate hostility to Russia. And you have to look at these various proposals that have drifted out from inside the inner circle. They're all predicated on the assumption that Russia must be an enemy and that anything that results in a clear and unambiguous relationship with Russia that is not somehow or another at least partially hostile is a failure. So I think that's a problem. I also think there's an assumption, and this is a common about everything right now with all of the people that are coming into the administration, there's an assumption that we are really in a place not very different from what President Trump left in 2020. And of course, that's fundamentally wrong. The world has actually changed very profoundly. And most of the world, quote unquote, is not afraid of us. I think there's this assumption that we can still threaten and bully. We can still impose sanctions and tariffs and get our way. And I think those days are absolutely over. So it's hard to tell. Frankly speaking, I think they probably want to dump the problem on the Europeans at some point. But I don't think they're willing to say, look, this was a mistake. I think President Trump's appropriate approach is to say, I didn't start this war. I don't want this war, and I want to conclude it. And I will support a proposal that meets, to the extent that it can, everybody's interests and needs. And I think that would be wonderful, but I don't see that happening. I think he's going to come in with some sort of expectation that he's going to profoundly shape what happens. I don't think that's going to happen. Russia is in charge.
What do you think is the reaction? And we haven't heard a peep from them.
What he just said was huge, by the way. I'm sorry, it's lucky.
Of the NATO and EU elites can't be very happy to President Trump's election.
Well, of course not. But on the other hand, I think they're probably eagerly going into their various social media accounts and deleting all the nasty things that they've said about him in the past as quickly as possible. Will that make any difference? Probably not. I think the truth is that the EU is crumbling, NATO is crumbling. I think the EU will probably go under before NATO does. New governments are coming to power. Germany, which is in total disarray, is going to end up with a new government. And that may be the first of several, as we've seen in Great Britain. Again, you have to look at the economics of the situation. Look at the bond yields in Germany, the bond yields in England, the bond yields here. Despite everybody's efforts to suppress interest rates, those yields are going up. And the underlying fundamentals economically in terms of production, they're just terrible. So
the whole thing is coming down. Not just Babylon. The whole thing's coming down. Right? They ain't pointing fingers, oh, it's this, it's this. No. Yahweh Shemel Shai is visiting the earth that he made. All right? Everything's coming down. Your little money, your empire, everything's coming down.
And the banking system is the other piece. So our banks, from a systemic standpoint, are 8 times worse off today than they were in 2008.
The whole thing.
You just have to listen to the financial analysts who tell the truth and are very open about it. You know, people like Nassim Taleb. I think
the entire kingdom is spiraling out of control. These wars, they're not going to control these wars. Both sides controlling this.
Block, what's his name? Druckenmiller. There are several others. Michael Faber. All these people are saying the same thing. They're right. So that's the other elephant in the room, is this enormous debt load in our weak position and the supposition that we can simply print money into perpetuity. All of that's going to come apart over the next few months.
Well, I hope that whatever the outcome of the dispute between this is a little bit off our topic, but you've piqued my interest in it.
Very off topic. How did we get here? But this is war and rumors of war. Hey, why do wars happen? Because of oil and commerce, right? The tariffs and all of the stuff that are about to go on right now. Embargoes. You can't buy this. It's buying and selling. Where's this thing going? It's going to the sea hip. Okay? That's why wars are, they try to sea hip me, right? Make me a slave. That's what it is. Whoever's running the kingdom got to have some slaves. So now it's time to fight.
Whatever the outcome of the dispute, the public dispute between President Trump and Fed Chairman Jay Powell is, and whoever the new Secretary of the Treasury is, the printing of the cash will stop. I don't think that's going to happen. It's just a hope. It's just a hope on my part. You know, you mentioned.
Well, not only will that not happen, Judge, there will be no effort to cut spending.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? How do you bring in a digital system without everybody being on the same page? How do you, and I'm talking about worldwide. So where's the fight? Well, we're going to fight about the monetary system. No, what about where this thing is going? Ain't gonna be no fighting about where this thing is going, and they got to do it quick. So this is a chase your tail. Here we're gonna throw some little carrot or a stick out here to get you to chase some shit. No, here's the picture. They're moving to a cashless society. What about that? Nobody's talking about that. You ain't talking about that. You ain't talking about that C hip that you got to take, where there ain't no more money and it's just I say you got money and I say you don't. Ain't that where everything is going? As you feign some sort of world war that is going to spiral out of control, and then you're going to have to handle it, and you're not going to be able to, and that's your demise. All right, when them ICBMs get launched. So this is it. All right. So that's really all. What else you got? All right. Everything's spiraling out of control. That's what the hell is going on.
Right. Anyone who thinks so is delusional. And I feel badly for brother Elon Musk, who very childlike is marching into this thing with the assumption that he's actually going to fundamentally change all of that. And there's no chance. And I think President Trump has indicated that. Look, he's still talking about tax cuts, you know, for the upper, 10% or 20%. So Trump.
What is he going to fix? Okay, he ain't fixing what the Most High is destroying. Okay. They will build, but I will throw down. It's the time. We're in throwdown mode. Okay. Well, let's build it back up now.
Well, instead, Trump believes that debt is an appropriate instrument to prosperity. His grandchildren and great grandchildren might regret that view, but that's very much his view. You mentioned Germany. Trump is of the view, as are we, that the United States destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline. I wonder if that's going to come out. Everybody knows that Joe Biden is lying about this, caused it to be destroyed on his own. Now this might very well be a topic of debate because they're going to go through either a cold winter or a winter with a lot of respiratory problems because they're burning coal instead of natural gas.
Well, they are going to import a lot of coal, and we've got lots of coal to sell them.
Hold on now. Why are wars fought? Why did America come into World War II through Pearl Harbor? Why did Pearl Harbor happen? Because of oil. Talk about coal right now.
And it's good.
People being cold. Germany like this. Well, who's my enemy over here? You did what? You blew up the North? You did what? Who's my enemy?
I could talk for hours about that since I'm involved right now with coal and biochar and rare earths and other things. It's not going to save Germany. Germany's problems now are far worse than that.
Germany can be
What's
mad.
happened over the last few years is that we've finally succeeded in implementing the Morgenthau Plan with Germany's, support and assistance. We've deindustrialized it, turning it into a rural pasture, if you will, which was what Morgenthau tried to do under FDR. It's a catastrophe. The Germans are going to wake up. They're already beginning to understand what a terrible position they're in, and they know that we're mightily responsible for it. But remember that Schultz and his friends have all followed us blindly down the path to hell, and that's their problem now. And I think that will be Trump's attitude, sadly.
The Washington Post.
All right, we're going to end it right there. Basically, they're saying nothing is going to change. Okay, what are you going to change in 4 years? The streets are going to be gleaming clean, sparkling, because Trump came in, changed everything. Because he became the president now. Right? There's only one thing that's going to happen. Right? When they see, Trump is this is what, and Trump is. This is what the spirit Trump is coming in, is this. Right? This guy, this little kid, I guess that was the last one. First Thessalonians 5:3, we're going to read it in the NLT. When people are saying, Trump, everything is peaceful and secure, Trump got this, then disaster will fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains begin. And there will be no escape. See, Trump is bringing this spirit. I got this, nigga. We're going to fix America. We're going to fix everything. That's what he's out there saying. Make America great. We're going to fix everything. Everything is peaceful and secure. Peace and safety. Okay? That's what he's bringing. And the maggots, people will think they are safe and secure. But destruction will suddenly strike them like the pains of a woman about to give birth, and they will not escape. Safe and sound, quiet and safe, peace and security. They didn't do that with Trump. Everybody, now that Trump, nobody's going to fuck with us. Right? No. Right? Okay, what is the sudden destruction? Here's sudden destruction right here. Suddenly, quickly, suddenly, right? Destruction will come on them suddenly. Revelation 11 and 14. Here's your suddenly. Quickly, right? Quickly is suddenly, right? Quickly, what? The third woe cometh quickly. Suddenly, right? Revelation 11 and 14 in the NIV. The second woe is past, the third woe is coming soon. Quickly, suddenly. Quickly, soon. Coming soon, quickly. Quickly, quickly. Soon come. Soon be here. Coming very soon, shortly. Quickly, soon. All right? Suddenly. With that, we hope that the elector edified you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.